My name is Lieutenant Colonel Rob Swertfager, and I started Fresno State in the fall of 1985, and I graduated in May 1991. My freshman year in college, at an SAE New Year's Eve party, a lovely lady from Delta Zeta was in attendance, and we introduced ourselves. She introduced herself as an Australian exchange student with the Fresno State International Program, which at the time I didn't even know existed because it didn't exist. So she was talking in her Australian accent, and I remember the very next day telling all my friends I met this beautiful exchange student from Australia. And when I ended up running into her at a Fresno State basketball game a couple weeks later, I went straight up to her and I reintroduced myself, and then quickly noticed that she had a normal California accent and the Australian accent was gone. And I asked her about it, and she had no recollection that she had played this trick on me. And then her friends had to go back and remind her. Started dating our freshman year in college, and 8 years later got married. Intramural sports were great. Not only did they provide you with an opportunity to continue building your athletic skills, but again, it was another social subculture here at Fresno State. Very competitive, very well run and organized, but you would have all the fraternities would compete, all the clubs on campus would compete, the dorms would compete. I know we had a rivalry going with Baker Hall a lot from SAE because they had some super athletes in that dorm. And one year we were fortunate enough at Sigma Alpha Epsilon to win the intramural championship, which was a conglomeration of all the sports: football, basketball, baseball, softball, volleyball, and you get points for every event that your organization competed in. So it was extremely robust back then, and provided a lot of great memories for me. Spring of '86, on a date to go see this movie Top Gun, with no idea what I'm going to do with my new future now that I knew I couldn't be a doctor, and saw up there on the screen something that I thought I could do and would love to do. So I readjusted my goals, put it out in front of me, and got involved with the ROTC and ended up going on and flying jets in the Air Force. When I was in the active duty Air Force, I was given the opportunity to come out to Fresno to interview with the California Air National Guard here at the 144th Fighter Wing. And I was scheduled to meet with the wing commander at the time, and then following that to go meet with the squadron commander, the two heavy hitters who you have to pass the interview with. So I roll into the commander's office, I salute sharply, we sit down, we start talking, and he's looking at my resume, and he sees that I went to Fresno State. And he asked me, well, tell me about your experience at Fresno State. And I said, well, I did a lot of different things. I was in a fraternity, I did ROTC, student government, obviously involved in intramural sports. He said, oh, I was in a fraternity. I was a Sigma Chi out there. And so I immediately stood up. I said, sir, I'm sorry, but I cannot work for you. You're a Sigma Chi. I was an SAE. And I said it in deadpan, and I was completely serious. I turned to go, and I looked back over my shoulder. He was cracking up. I was cracking up, and immediately it was our bond from Fresno State and being in the Greek system that really helped me push through the interview. He immediately called the squadron commander, had him come down, and as it turned out, they were both in school at Fresno State at the same time with my stepmother, who was the sweetheart of their fraternity. So, make a long story short, I ended up getting the job.